Welcome to Monday and welcome to Thailand News Today, and a big hello to both Charlie and Kath. They both caught up with me at various establishments this morning, came in and said hello. Lovely to speak to you both and meet you. And to Kath, as I said, please send that information to us when you get it together. We're happy to pass it on. Now, big news over the weekend about the signing of the RCEP. What exactly is that? We'll get to that soon. But firstly, to today's other main news stories. The Tourism and Sports Ministry is getting together with 15 different hotel groups to discuss the problems with the industry and come up with some solutions. Some top executives plan to pitch in on revival plans, including those from Dusit International, the Erawan Group, Asset World Corp and Minor Hotels. After those from the industry weigh in on possible solutions for the plan, the proposals will be discussed at a November 24 Tourism Authority of Thailand meeting. The TOT governor says that if needed, they'll request an additional budget for whatever plan they come up with. Bill Heinecke from the Minor Group, one of Thailand's largest hotel groups, is a strong proponent of opening up Thailand's borders and managing the situation as tourists return. Corp protest members could face charges as police gather evidence after Saturday's protests when 2 policemen were injured. Mobfest and Bad Student protest members staged the demonstration at the Democracy Monument, where they wrapped a 30 square metre cloth around it. The cloth included numerous demands and insults. Police say that assault charges will be filed after one policeman was struck on the head by a flagpole and another one was hit in the face by a hard object as they tried to prevent some of the protesters from breaking through a police cordon. In a symbolic gesture, thousands of the students turned their backs on a passing motorcade as His Majesty the King and Queen of Thailand headed to the opening of new stations along the blue MRT line. Now to today's main story, all about the RCEP. We're calling it the RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Sure, we'll get used to saying that eventually, which saw the 15 signatories saying it's a crucial part of their economic future. The deal excludes the US, who withdraw from a rival Asia-Pacific Trade Pact 3 years ago. President Donald Trump pulled his country out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership in 2017. That deal would have involved 12 countries and was supported by Mr. Trump's predecessor, Barack Obama, as a way to counter China's surging power in the region. Now the leaders of China, Australia, Japan, New Zealand, South Korea and the 10 ASEAN nations have signed the free trade agreement, which covers 2.2 billion people and 30% of the world's economic output. The new free trade bloc will be bigger than both the US-Mexico-Canada agreement and the European Union. The deal's being seen as a significant step towards removing Asia-Pacific trade barriers and brings China under the fold of a larger regional bloc as its massive economy looks elsewhere for trading partners after the bruising US-China trade war. Back to troubles in the south and in the southern province of Narathiwat, an area troubled by insurgency-related violence right on the Thai-Malaysia border. A bomb has exploded as rangers were driving to a wedding. None of the soldiers were injured, but the bomb caused major damage to the pickup truck. An arrest has been made over a 14-year-old cold case in Pattaya after a Thai man has been arrested over the alleged murder of a New Zealander, Stephen Miller, in 2006. The 40-year-old is now in custody in Phetchabun province after a raid led by the Crime Suppression Division. Pokpong was arrested under an arrest warrant issued by the Pattaya court back in April 2006 on charges of murder and illegal possession of carrying a gun in public. You can read the whole sordid backstory about Mr. Miller and his Thai girlfriend at the time at thetiger.com. A flooded underpass in Nakhon Ratchasima in Thailand's northeast has finally been drained after 2 enterprising Thai men decided to turn it into a swimming pool. The State Railway of Thailand waited for almost a month before draining the water after the area was flooded by heavy rain. But one enterprising Thai man came up with the idea to publicise the problem as he had some friends pose lounging in inflatable lilos on the water. Last Friday's post went viral and got the attention of transport officials. He said, "I decided to post it to get the attention of the SRT. People have nobody to turn to." In response to the viral post, the railway agency said the soil was blocking the pipes. Meanwhile, no more free swimming pool for the two Thai guys. And police have arrested a pair of alleged drug dealers after a stray dog dropped off a bag of methamphetamines at a post office in Northern Province, Praia. No one knows exactly where the dog found the bag of drugs, but surveillance camera footage shows the dog carrying the bag and dropping it off at a post office in Praia. The employees at the post office said it seemed as if the dog wanted to report the crime, and they praised the dog for being so smart. We're not exactly sure how, but officials were able to track down the suspects. A 38-year-old and 37-year-old have been arrested on charges of drug possession. And as we say goodbye, Dam's come to say hello. Not particularly cooperative at the moment. I think he'd rather be outside catching mice. But thank you for joining us on Thailand News Today. Please subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.